Hey, what is going on, my brotherhood? Welcome to another new episode of Like, Love, and Destroy.
Woo!
If you guys are excited, and I hope you... What?
Maybe.
If you guys are excited, I hope you are. Make sure you thwip that like button. And if you're new, swing on in and hang out with the brotherhood. Haven't got to say that since Spider-Man on the PS4.
Wow.
But I am here today with my good friends. Well, one of them is my good friend. The other one's the love of my life. And I guess the other one technically is my girlfriend-ish. But
there you go. Say it right. Oh, and fresh meat, by the way.
Complicated.
yeah, technically fresh meat. We got Cuties for Life joining us for our first episode in Like, Love, and Destroy. But we also have my wife, who will always be with us. I can't imagine ever doing an episode without her. So thank you so much for being with us. But if you guys didn't know, Like, Love, Destroy will be a discussion of characters, fandoms, universes, and other areas of interest we find in our day-to-day life. Our choices are made from our own experiences and reflect only our opinions. Please feel free to let us know your opinions in the comment section down below. Serafina and I will discuss Serafina and I and my girlfriend-ish Cuties. We'll decide on a particular fandom group, etc., and we'll make our decisions about those characters without telling each other. We will then reveal our choices to each other and to you in the video and react to them, giving our reasons for liking, loving, and destroying that particular character or spider. In this episode, we will be discussing the Spider-Verse and all the characters found in it. So, I'm really excited for this.
Bigger than I thought.
There are a lot of Spider-Verse characters.
Yeah.
It's even been mentioned that there might be as many Spider characters as there are main Marvel 616 characters.
I wouldn't be surprised. They keep making them.
No shock.
But, this is coming probably about a month after the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse movie. I can't say exactly when because we are pre-recording this. But that movie was a really big hit.
It was amazing.
Oh,
Fantastic movie.
It was great.
Since it's been so long, we can kind of talk about it a little bit. I loved that Christina, my wife, didn't know that Prowler was Miles' uncle. Wow. That was big. I mean, even though I knew because I know the character's history and everything, I felt like the clues were there that he was gone.
Nope.
That Prowler all of a sudden showed up, you know?
Mm. It clicked once he was in the apartment. I was like, why is he even there? And then it was just like, that's how we knew about the place. It's because he's been working. And it was like all of those things like snapped into my head and I was like, oh, fuck.
I really liked...
I figured it out, or had an inkling maybe the second encounter with him.
No, mine was when he got to when he was in his uncle's apartment and Prowler shows up. I'm like,
that was the confirmation for me.
I was like, how did he? Yeah, I was like, well, that was the reveal. But I realized it as soon as he was like outside of his window. I was like, how did he know he was there? And then it like all of the pieces clicked together, and I was like, oh no.
I also really liked the Doc Ock they had in this universe. She was really interesting, a really cool character. Scorpion was ridiculous looking. Goblin was really interesting looking too.
Which one was Goblin?
Goblin was the giant creature that they were fighting. Yeah.
He was like the really big
At the beginning of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
It was like he was like baned out Goblin.
But
maybe he might even be bigger, buffer than Bane.
Yeah, like he was huge. It was ridiculous.
But we're gonna go ahead and get into the video real quick. We're gonna go ahead and start with my like. Oh, I have an honorable mention. I forgot this.
Oh.
My honorable mention is Lady Spider from Earth 803, a reality set in 1895, so think steampunk. She is a really interesting looking character. I think she looks cool. She's really different. She's got the Iron Spider thing going for her, just steampunk style. I really like it. She's really cool looking. Plus, corsets are always cool. I don't know what about a corset always just makes a woman look cool. Even though it's probably painful as heck to wear. I'm due sorry if you hear my dog crying in the background. He is fine. Trust me, I promise. He is fine. He's just whining because he wants attention. But we've been having to ignore him for a little bit because we've been doing this. But Lady Spider was a really cool character, really cool name. I really like that instead of going Spider-Woman or Spider-Girl or something, they kept that Victorian feel by calling her Lady Spider. So, really cool character. Loved her a lot. Let's go ahead and get into my like and spin it. My like...
Yes.
My like is Penny Parker, aka SPDR, from Earth 14512, a futuristic world with mechs fighting kaiju-like monsters. This is a really cool idea, I thought. Really cool character. Oops, I have to go back, guys. Sorry about that. She was, first of all, adorable in the movie.
She was.
But I do like her in the comics, too. She's the only person capable of piloting the SPDR mech because there's a certain thing that's special about her. I don't remember exactly what it is.
It's her father's, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it was her father's.
She works with the spider that controls her.
Yeah, and she works with a spider that helps control her. There is a Venom version of the character too. I don't remember the Venom.
Way.
There is.
Oh my!
You haven't read the Spider-Gwen comic? I have.
I haven't read Spider-Gwen.
She shows up in issue 2 of Spider-Gwen, Edge of Spider-Gwen, and the Venom character is really cool. They actually end up facing a giant kaiju-like creature version of Morbius the Living Vampire. So, really cool character. I like SPDR. Penny Parker's really cool. I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the action figures and the Marvel Legends line to have my own SPDR character to put on display on my shelf. That will be really cool.
I think hers is cool just because it's very different than Spider-Man's.
It is very different. So, but now we'll go ahead and go to my love. And my love is very influenced by comics right now. But let's go ahead and spin the love. My love is Ben Reilly.
Really, really dizzy.
Just don't look at it.
My love is Ben Reilly and Kane Parker, the Scarlet Spiders from the main 616 universe. They are clones of Peter Parker. And I really like the Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider comic I'm reading, and Kane is in that comic a lot. So I'm getting to know these clones a lot for the first time in a long time. The last time I remember seeing these characters was pretty much in the Spider-Man animated series back in the 90s. But Ben Reilly is my total love from this, with Kane being a close second. But Kane's original costume... Oops, let me go back. Kane's original costume when he gets cloned is super 90s and super awesome.
That's super awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
that is...
Look at that flowing hair. Look at the buffness.
Oh, I am very 90s. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The 90s definitely
Throw
like
black
the
on there.
buffness.
Oh, it's
The
beautiful.
90s was such a great time in comics.
I like his broken cape.
The 90s was such an awesome time in comics.
It was great.
But Kane and Ben Reilly are really cool characters. Kane actually has very different powers than Spider-Man and Ben. And Kane actually doesn't have a spider sense. And he can go invisible.
Okay. That's new.
But I had to show off some awesome cosplay love. So first we've got my boy Larry from Ghost Spider Cosplay being Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider. And this is a random image I found on Google of an awesome Scarlet Spider cosplay. Another big reason why I like these characters is their costumes are so cool. First of all,
you have to indicate with the mouse if you want to point.
Well, yes, I know. The web shooters for Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider are just so unique and so different looking. And the overall costume design for Scarlet Spider here is just so different. You don't see that black and red a lot in Spider-Man. It's black, it's red and blue. It's, so it just looks really cool. I like this character. I like both of them. That's why they're my loves. Now we're going to get into my Destroy. This was actually kind of difficult. Actually, no, it wasn't.
No.
This was not difficult at all, but let's spin my Destroy real quick. We destroyed Spider-Man.
I don't know why you hate him so much.
I just hate him. I hate Spider-Ham so much. From Earth 8311, a universe of anthropomorphic animal superheroes with many beings familiar to characters from Earth of 616. And once I learned Spider-Ham's actual backstory, I hate him even more. Spider-Ham's actual backstory is the anthropomorphic May Porker, Aunt May, is a genius scientist working on an atomic hairdryer. She goes to test this atomic hairdryer, but it convolutes into something that makes her, become radioactive, but only momentarily. She stumbles out and grabs her pet spider and bites it on the head. That pet spider transforms into an anthropomorphic pig named Peter Porker, who becomes Spider-Ham. So he is an anthropomorphic pig with all the powers and abilities of a spider. And after this incident with her atomic hairdryer, May Porker loses all of her memories of this, and all she remembers is, "Oh, Peter, you're my nephew, right? Well, let me go upstairs and make you some cookies." And she turns into this not cool scientist, and it's just a dumb backstory. I don't like.
I was like, that sounds pretty stupid.
Wow.
I don't like Spider-Ham. He's a dumb character.
Spider Pig. Spider Pig.
I also don't
Does
like it
whatever
because
Spider
of
Pig
Simpsons.
does.
Can he swing from a web? No, he can't, because he's a pig.
Oh my gosh. Can you guys shut up now?
Spider Pig. What do you do, Kate?
We're going to go ahead and go to Katie's Cuties for Life Spider-Verse decisions now. By the way, there's a hyphen between that.
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Who cares?
And mine is more based off of the movie Spider-Verse.
That's okay.
However, I did do an honorable mention.
Yay,
So let's go ahead and go into your honorable mention then.
To my childhood. Yes, I brought him into this.
Yeah!
Did you guys know?
I grew up with him. I grew up with him before I knew about Spider-Man, but he was the main Spider-Man I knew. So,
Toby.
Did you guys know that the
Yes.
the makers of the
Best
Spider-Man
boy.
PS4 game were so pressured into getting this suit into the video game that they finally released it as a free suit to wear in the video game. And they call this suit the Raimi suit because the director's name is Raimi.
oh,
And it's really popular because of the silver web lining that sits on top of the costume. It's different. It looks cool. That's why people usually like it so much. But yes, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, only complaint is that he has organic webbing. Other than that, great movie. He shoots it naturally out of his wrist.
not organic. Okay.
Doesn't matter. I liked it better.
Only problem I had with the whole entire trilogy was the guy from that 70s show playing Eddie Brock. Topher Grace. Topher Grace should never have played Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock's supposed to be this imposing character.
To be fair, I didn't know that he was supposed to be anything. I just found it hard just because it was like, what is Eric doing? I'm so
Plus
sorry.
the new
Topher.
Venom movie.
I'm so sorry.
The new Venom movie really did justice to Venom finally. But I did like the part in Spider-Man 3. Yeah, going
The dancing part.
the dancing part.
How you doing?
That was the most crazy thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so I've got 2 likes here. The first one is the living Peter Parker. More because throughout the movie he does a redemption. He is the redemption character of that movie because we see his backstory, comic man style, and I don't know why I did that.
Because you're dramatic.
Nobody can see your dramatic movements.
But they can hear it.
They can hear it.
She can hear your drama.
Can you hear her hands moving through the air like this?
But no, he's the redemption character based off of the fact that we see his comic backstory. And also, when I was looking these pictures up, slight side note,
sorry.
That's fine. That's who I'm going to next for my like. I saw a picture of him and also Tobey Maguire, and with the Google heading, yes, I looked these up on Google, of this Peter Parker is the same as Tobey Maguire Peter Parker. go into it, so I don't know if that was just fan theory.
The other one, the one that died, was
No.
Peter Parker.
It was
They're saying that this Spider-Man right here is supposed to be the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yes.
But then why would they have the other Spider-Man
I don't-
do the dancing part? They said we don't talk about that.
Yeah,
That was the other
he's
Spider-Man.
yeah. The other one does the dancing part.
Yeah.
But-
I don't know. I just saw him.
It's
so
just
I
a bunch.
couldn't-
If
I
it
couldn't
makes you
pick
feel
two.
better, it's just a bunch of fan theory.
I know.
I'm just saying, if one of them was, it had to be the other one. But that is true. Like, he does lose. It gets complicated. I do
It
like.
gets very
I did that. I like that this one, like the one from Miles' universe, had like his entire life good. Like he'd made all the right decisions,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
this one, it was like the opposite.
Bull.
he
Oh,
managed.
so much shit.
He managed to like screw everything up the whole way around, and it was just like, huh.
But I like that we have an Uber like together. Yes, SPDR Penny.
Yeah.
And this is more because
Kawaii.
she is so super cute, and the robot is bad ass.
She's kawaii.
She is very kawaii.
Kawaii.
Although not kawaii. No.
No, Penny's dope. I like her. She's an awesome character.
But I also know nothing of. I am not a. Don't have a comic background.
You can read my Spider-Gwen stuff.
I still need to finish reading Groot before I can give you back your
She's
stuff.
still reading.
But I did finish, and you can go to the next thing because it is related to what I'm going to say. It is related to my love.
Gwen.
I like that you put some comic versions in. Yay!
It was one of the
Because you read it. You read
I
it.
did read it. That's why I recognized it. Like, okay, let me throw it in.
Gwen Stacy Ghost Spider is freaking dope, and Gwenom is. I can't wait till you see Gwenom. Like, read about her because she's the Venom version of Gwen Stacy Spider Woman is way cooler than any other Venom version of Spider-Man ever.
Right. I think. But she's my love from the movie because she is badass, despite having having to get a emergency haircut because of Miles. But look at how cute they are.
Yeah, they in the comics they actually get together and they're a couple.
Right, and it looks like in the next movie they're going to be in the same
a
one
couple.
together. Well, I mean, they're going to be in the same movie. I don't
Yeah.
know, a couple just yet. I like that she had a lot of ballet stuff in the movie. Like, there was obviously a background there. I
Yes.
thought that was cool.
No, Miles and Gwen's affection is really cool, and I'm really happy that they did that for him. I'm glad that they did this instead of Gwen and Peter, or Gwen and another Peter from another universe or something.
Right.
Because it's cool that they're doing. Real quick, I'm going to put this out there, guys. My wife and I are actually an interracial couple, and it's nice.
Oh,
It's
I was
nice.
like, where are we going with this?
It's nice that they're doing interracial couples and showing them more and more in comics now. With
Anything
Miles,
in general,
Miles being African American and Puerto Rican, and Gwen being just an average young white girl. Which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it's nice to see the interracial couples being shown in
Right.
mainstream media now. So
Well, when you're wearing the costumes, what does it matter?
exactly, that's one thing that everyone needs to remember, and that's the beauty of Spider-Man is that Stan Lee always meant it to be that there's a reason why there's a mask. It's
Yes.
because anybody can be Spider-Man.
Anyone can wear the cape.
And
Everyone can wear the cowl.
thank you so much, Stan Lee, and a giant Excelsior to
Batman
you.
agrees with you.
Well,
Spider-Man
screw
Spider-
Batman and Bob Kane and Bill
Spider-Man
Finger
is
right
a
now.
symbol.
I guess. And
Ooh,
And-
the hate.
Uber.
We got an Uber hate!
Oh.
Yes! An Uber destroy and an Uber like! Me and Katie are on the same page!
Mean.
That was gross. Was it when he was sweating? That was so gross.
That was really gross. But I'm gonna borrow this for a second. I'm not gonna lie. I hate this animation for him.
But he-
I see these. These look so much cooler. I haven't seen
they went
their
with
things.
like the
but
Porky Pig kind of.
yeah, they
animation.
went with a more cartoony thing, which with the hammer, that was great. But this and that look a lot more badass than that.
I think they were going with Looney Tunes.
I still not sure how I feel about the pig. So
The end.
bye. For now.
Well, no, I am super happy that we've already got an Uber like and an Uber love, so that's really dope.
There we go.
So let's see if Christina's going to add to our Uberness at all.
Go ahead.
Special mention?
Yep.
Do it.
I picked Spider-Man Noir. I love grayscale art. And when it's in comics and movies, I think it lends itself to that dark and gritty mood. And I really like things to use it, especially when there's like flashes of color. Like, it just makes it feel, I don't know. I really like the vibe of those things. I don't know. Plus, I like the costume. Because like when costumes have color, like you don't have to have as many details because it's the colors doing all of the stuff. But when you don't have color, you rely on the layering and the small details to make it visually interesting since it's all in gray. So I always like I said, I like this art style, and I really I like his costume, and I'm not gonna lie, I like Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage, I'm always on the fence on. Either I really like his movie or I just hate it. And there's no in-betweens with Nicolas Cage. Either you like him or you don't. In this one, I liked him. I thought he was funny. In the movie, I thought he was funny. I enjoyed the parts he was in. They were
very minuscule, which was nice.
He was very dramatic. In
Where's that wind
way.
coming from?
Yeah,
the wind always follows me.
The wind always follows me, and then the rain. And it smells like rain, and it's like that was great. I loved this character. I like the way they portrayed him, so I'm gonna give him the big thumbs up.
I have one question about him. Why is he wearing striped pants?
More detail, contrast.
I mean, yes.
I mean, in color, he would probably look really stupid, but that's the way it is. In color, it would probably look really dumb, but in black and white...
Your slides are so freaking cool.
Thank you.
So who'd you like?
Spider-Man! Just the original Spider-Man, Peter Parker. I didn't go into, the different versions of him. I mean, he's the Spider-Man. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, he's cool whatever universe he's from. And he was one of the few superhero cartoons I watched when I was growing up. I didn't watch Transformers. I watched maybe a little bit of X-Men, but Spider-Man I did watch. So, but then the first live actions came out, and it was just Spider-Man is the coolest superhero.
Was Tobey first?
Yeah, Tobey Maguire was first.
Okay.
So I don't know. That cemented it as he's one of my favorite superheroes. So maybe I'm just as bad as every 9-year-old on the planet. But Spider-Man is great, and he was one of my first superheroes, and I love him. And what can I say? Spider-Man. That's just where I'm at.
High five.
Yeah.
High five.
So Spider-Man is my like. And Toby! Toby is best Spider-Man. Fight me. Fight me.
I agree.
Yes. Best Spider-Man.
Toby is best because Toby was first.
Right.
Hey!
My love is Miles Morales.
How did I know? How did I know?
What?
Can that be a close Uber?
I don't know.
How did I know, though?
Into the Spider-Verse was an amazing movie, and I love Miles. He's my son. I will defend him. I don't care. It will be irrational if it has to be. He's great, and he's the best, and I love him. And he is...
I'm really interested in seeing who you're going to destroy now.
But it's... Yeah, I was like, Caleb, honestly, if we ever have a kid, and he's anything like Miles, I would just be the happiest person in the fucking world. Because he's such a great kid, and it's like, oh, I want to have babies that are just like that. They'll even be maybe a similar color. I'm just saying. And
if you guys want me to have kids, support the children. Support the channel. I need money.
got a great heart, and he's still learning on the job, and he kind of got thrust into the situation.
I'm surprised you didn't put a picture of his costume from the movie.
I didn't. I found this one, and I was like, this one's super cool. But this is his good. Where are you going?
Oh, I thought you were done.
No. And like I can't wait for his next movies. Fine, now you can go.
Oh, really? You could have just finished that.
Well, I didn't know what was left. My destroy. I got nothing.
Seriously?
I didn't destroy a single one.
What?
I love
No! You can't do this!
I destroyed 0.
Guys, there's gotta be something! No! Spider...
There is no... I like them all! Where are you going? What are you doing? Right?
You are picking a destroy right now!
I refuse.
What about Four-Arm Spider?
No.
What about, what's Spider-Girl? Oh, come on, I need pictures!
They're not gonna give you pictures.
You're gonna kill him.
You are picking a Spider-Verse character.
I'm not picking one. I'm not picking one. I refuse.
What about Man-Spider?
I don't know which one that is.
Here, I'll show you Man-Spider. I bet you'll pick it.
No, I'm not picking any of them. Spider-Man is awesome, and all of his forms are great.
Man-Spider.
Nope, I'm not picking one. You're gonna have
You like that.
I'm not picking one.
Which one's your least?
This has never happened in a Like, Love, Destroy ever.
There's a first time for everything.
You are no longer invited to be in Like, Love, Destroy.
Excuse me?
Get out.
Shut up.
Oh.
I picked none. Good job, Spider-Man. Good job, Spider-Man.
Oh, wait.
Oh, come on.
Spider-Verse is full of amazing things, and I am all for it.
Okay, well, the last thing I kind of want to,
Hey, how you doing, Rocket?
the last thing I kind of want to do is show off, something that's really been hitting the internet recently. It actually hit the internet a few weeks ago, but, from the point this video was, posted. I hope this doesn't embarrass anybody. I'm just wanting to show off your amazingness and your awesome artistic ability.
Maybe just do like a quick run.
These awesome Spider-Sonas that are showing up all over Twitter and everything, you guys are making the Spider-Verse even bigger and more amazing than what it is by making these characters that are just for you and for everyone else. So thank you guys so much for sharing them with the world. Your characters are amazing and unique, and I love them all. I especially want to show off my friend Larry from Ghost Spider Cosplay. His character, which he has nicknamed Weaver. I think that's a really cool name.
Because of the Orb Spider, wasn't it?
It's a really cool name, but these Spider-Sonas are awesome. I hope to make one for myself and share it with you guys. I even hope to maybe even, like, make the costume based off of it. So, hopefully I get to share that with you guys in the future. But thank you guys so much for being part of this episode of Like, Love, Destroy. And there's only one thing I can give all these amazing Spider-Sona characters, and that's a love status, because these are all amazing. Ooh, this one's really cool. I want to show that one off.
Jack Skeleton.
Yeah, I know. But guys, thank you guys so much for thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode of Like, Love, Destroy. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, just swing on in and hang out with the Brotherhood. This is awesome stuff, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. My thwip to your thwip. Remember, it's just about being responsible and, using that power that you have to make the world a better place. All I can say is Excelsior.
With great power comes great responsibility.
All I can say is Excelsior. Thank you guys so much for watching. In next week's episode, we will be discussing, what did we just do the video for? Legendary Pokemon. Please let us know what you guys think of your favorite Spider-Verse character is in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye! Bye-bye! Bye-bye!
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the special edition version of this Like, Love, Destroy now. And we're going to start with, I believe, so this is the special edition Like, Love, Destroy Spider-Verse edition. And we are being joined, like I said, by our friends, Larry and Shelby. And there's an awesome picture of them with his Spider-Man Noir and her Black Widow cosplay. You guys look adorable, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Oh, stop. Continue.
Well, I could talk for days about that, but I think the people have spoken and they want more Spider-Man, so let's go ahead and get into... I believe this is your like, Shelby?
Yes.
And your like was Miles Morales Spider-Man. Tell us why you like him so much.
Well, when I never heard about him until I watched Spider-Verse, when I first watched like the previews and everything coming out for it, I absolutely fell in love with Miles. He was young, and a lot of people, and the way he is, like his, oh gosh, when you're two different parts,
Two different...
black,
Biracial?
biracial, that's
Oh,
right.
okay, okay, got it now.
I was like, sorry, I couldn't think of the word. I think a lot of people could get behind and relate with Miles for being biracial, because you don't have a lot of representation with that, especially in the comics.
Oh, yeah.
So I think...
Oh, I was just saying, seeing a Puerto Rican / African American superhero automatically just gives credit to a large portion of people in the United States and around the world, because we're surrounded by white characters, which, you know, I'm not ashamed to say I want more, you know, Muslim, more African American, more Latin characters.
I would love to see more diversity.
Yeah, like we've had legions upon legions of straight white male heroes. Like, I want to see more female heroes, more heroes of color, more heroes of different religions, different sexualities, and just show that anybody can be a hero. And I think Miles is a good representation of that.
Like, he's a good representation of the beginning.
Oh, yeah. And the creator of Miles Morales, Brian Michael Bendis, I absolutely adore him as a comic book writer. Creating Miles Morales and Riri Williams just to support his children, which, by the way, are biracial, if you guys didn't know. Amazing guy. Amazing guy. Have nothing bad to say about him. But, I got a couple word bubbles here. So, do you guys think I got a shot with Ghost Spider?
Well,
no. Let's see what she has to say about that. Quit worrying about your love life and let's stop the inheritors.
I agree. I agree with Ghost Spider.
You're right. Sorry, Gwen. I'll get the Web Warriors assembled.
good boy, Miles.
Well, he is pretty cute, though.
When?
Here's so I know they have a cool relationship in the Spider-Gwen series, which is like 30 issues long, I think, right now, maybe a little bit more. But I am hoping that they come back with that new Spider-Verse movie and have an awesome relationship together. So
that'd be awesome to see. I'd love to see them develop. Like, Gwen was easily the most developed character besides Miles and Peter B. Parker.
Mm-hmm. But I believe this is your love, Shelby, and you chose... I can't imagine why you might have chosen this character.
There is... well, there is Larry's influence with that.
Oh.
But I absolutely... When he showed me the comics and I read through them, I absolutely fell deeper and deeper in love with this character. First of all, the time period is my favorite time period to ever, like, learn about, like, the 1933s.
Oh, gosh. I totally agree with you.
Oh yeah, the time period, everything, the art styles were beautiful. It was edgy, it was dark.
The time of Prohibition, the time of young men shaping their lives through crime as when they're joining their own mafia gangs, the cars, the outfits, the style of the 30s and 40s.
It was just, it's so beautiful, and I love it. Like, all of it, all the history behind it. His costume, I absolutely love because it's so detailed. I love the cape. I've always loved, like, long trench coats that just billow in the wind. It looks so badass.
I don't
And
think we
just-
can say anything bad about this character.
I mean, Spider-Verse kind of edged him down a little bit. Like, they made him more quirky than he normally is.
Yeah, I
But
agree with you.
Yeah. It's just, I would have loved to see him more brooding and what he actually is, rather than him just playing with a Rubik's Cube the entire movie.
I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of Nicolas Cage. Not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan. But I was okay with his exposure as Spider-Man Noir, so...
I thought he did great. Like,
With what he was given, at least.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Nicolas Cage, but, I mean, well, for what he was given and what he did pretty good. But, just so you guys know, alright people, let's start at the beginning. I'm Peter Parker and I'm a private eye. I like to drink egg creams and bite Nazis. Wherever I go, the wind follows, and the wind,
When
it smells like rain.
I love, that was my favorite line from
Oh
Spider-Man.
yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
It was
some
so
good
funny.
lines.
Huh? What was that?
He got some good lines, like,
Oh yeah, he did get some good lines. And I think I see this coming from a mile away, but your destroy was...
It was Peter Porker. I don't like it. It's too cartoony. It's too childish. It's just, I really didn't like that they put him in Spider-Verse.
No, I agree with you, but literally, a pet spider that was bitten by an anthropomorphic Aunt May pig working on an atomic hairdryer, then turns into an anthropomorphic pig and fights crime as the Amazing Spider-Man? Spider-Ham? Okay, that's a little
hey,
dumb.
my dude. Everybody was weird.
And your hands are nasty, dude. I'm sorry. I'm
How's
sorry.
that water?
I think he just sweats or something, because he's gross.
Sweating like a pig.
He's just, I did not have it.
Oh man, I can't get over it. Just nasty. And like you said, I can't get behind the cartoony aspect of him.
I can't. Like, if he was more like the animated Spider-Man picture that you have earlier.
Oh yeah.
I bet I would have been fine with that, but just the cartoony Looney Tunes style just did not appeal to me.
Gotcha. I agree with you.
This is certainly one spider that won't be bringing home the bacon.
On this video right now.
I believe we're in your Love Destroy now, Larry, and you chose for your Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099?
That's correct.
Which, I'm sorry, real quick, I just want to say, what is this Miguel O'Hara from Earth 928 and the similar one from Earth TRN 588? What is this?
Okay. The 928 is the Miguel from the main 2099 comics. The TRN 588, I believe, may be either the Exiles one, where he traveled with heroes of different realities.
Okay.
Or it could be one from the Time Storm comics, where it was a much younger Miguel O'Hara, who'd been inspired by the Spider-Man of the year of the heroic age, who was definitely around Peter Parker's age and fought alongside the Peter Parker of the past. But the one I'm focusing on mainly is the mainstream 928 Miguel O'Hara. When I grew up, I was obsessed with like futuristic stuff. My favorite show was Batman Beyond, and I read this comic like religiously. I thought he just had the coolest costume of any alternate version of any character.
Well, just so you guys know, there might have been a little cut in audio right there. I just realized that if I have my headphones in, I'm using the headphone volume instead of the desktop audio. We're probably going to get a feedback, so we don't have to start re-recording. I just want to let you guys know real quick, but
Okay,
Okay.
my screw up, sorry.
it's all good.
But I agree with you. This character is really interesting. New powers, different bad guys of the same nature. I remember the Venom 2099 character. Really different. Seemed really interesting. I haven't read much about the character, so I don't know. But awesome character.
I definitely recommend giving the old 29 comics a read. You'll find a lot to enjoy.
But I've heard that he doesn't bite, so... Or does he?
He definitely bites with fang...
Oh.
venom-filled fangs. He definitely bites.
Fang hump.
Shut up.
Oh, but man, I like that. I like how interesting they make the characters, how different they can make them with just a simple idea of a different time era or adding a new power. It's really interesting. So, but here is your love, I believe, and you chose, well,
Oh, Miles Morales.
The Ultimate Spider-Man himself.
hello.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yep, nothing. I just got a shortcut there. Might have been Discord there. Sorry about that.
But yeah,
But-
my love is most certainly, without a doubt, the Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Like,
That outfit is just so urban. I love it.
like
It
he,
fits his character really well.
like I love how he just like the Spider-Verse movie definitely gave him more of an identity. I mean, he had a pretty good personality in comics, but the movie definitely expanded upon him, giving him interest as an artist, allowing him to expand and show that it doesn't have to be, Peter behind the mask to have it be a good, relatable story.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
that Miles is truly a hero for this generation, where we're really starting to bring together people of all nationalities from all walks of life, instead of just focusing on one particular kind of people. And I feel like Miles is the best representation of that diversity, of that unification.
Well, all I gotta say is I hope one day to see Miles wearing his own cape. What do you think?
Just a cape. Spider-Man doesn't wear a cape. Spider-Man does not wear a cape.
I gotta disagree with that. Come on, Spider-Man can wear a cape.
I mean, Miguel O'Hara did, but it served a purpose.
Well, for your destroy, you picked this awesome-looking cyborg Spider-Man for some reason. I don't know. Why do you want to destroy Dr. Aaron Aikman?
I am not of Dr. Aaron Aikman
Yeah.
because they hyped him up to be this big, this big new addition to the Spider-Verse. And the problem with is I like the character. He has a cool design, and I feel like, as a scientist who uses his intellect to enhance his powers with his armor and his weapons, I feel like he's the kind of Spider-Man Peter Parker would want to be. But my issue with him and why I would want to destroy him is the same reason I wanted to destroy Scorn in our Symbiotes episode, was because he was a throwaway character. In his debut, he was easily killed by Moreland at the end of his debut issue in Edge of Spider-Verse, and I just really annoyed me because they hyped him up to be this big new addition, and he's just gone just like that. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's not that cool then. I haven't actually read the Spider-Verse comics. I've only read the Spider-Geddon stuff, so I do have some backtracking to do to get the whole story of the Inheritors. But, real quick, I'll just read what I got here put for him. From Earth with 31411, Dr. Aaron Aikman underwent a secret experimental treatment that resequenced his DNA with that of a genetically altered spider. Combining his abilities with a cybernetic suit, Aaron protects his world as Spider-Man. Now, not only does he have the awesome capabilities that every other Spider-Man has, but he has his own cybernetic suit that makes him different, and they just kind of threw the character away. That's really unfortunate.
Exactly. Like, I would have loved to see Aaron have more of a presence in the Spider-Verse, but gone just like that. At least he made it into the new PS4 game with the DLC, though.
That is very true. Well, guys, real quick, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being a part of this video. I know I can never do anything Spider-Man without having my boy Larry and you, of course, Shelby, because you have just become a welcomed addition to this little web warrior brigade. So thank you so much for being here with us.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, no
More than
problem.
happy to continue spending.
But real quick, I gotta ask, because the new year is upon us. When are we gonna see you guys at the next convention? Where is it gonna be? Let me know real quick so the people will know.
I may be at Cedar Rapids Comic-Con. I'm not for certain yet.
I hate to burst your bubble real quick, bud, but Cedar Rapids Comic Con's not happening in February.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you talking about
sure.
the QuadCon in Cedar Rapids at the end of this month?
I'm not certain. Like, that may be one thing about that may be one I try to make, but I'm not certain.
Okay.
But, yeah. Basically, I will let you know when I attend the next con, because right now, 29 certain. Anime Iowa will be one I'm most certainly going to be at.
Well, just so you guys know, there's always 2 seats available in the chariot that goes to Planet Comic-Con in March. So you guys are always welcome to join us there if you want. But we'll see you when we see you. But thank you guys so much for stopping in and doing this Like, Love, Destroy special edition of the Spider-Verse characters. We will have you guys on next time when we do the PS4 costumes for Spider-Man that are now available in the PS4 game, correct?
That's correct.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for my brotherhood to you two. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this video. If you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, make sure you web shoot that like button. And if you're new, swing on in, do your heroic stance with us and our brotherhood of web warriors here. But thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye!